Alright, so we're gonna start with the onion. Now, this bowl, y'all, this is my granny gave me this bowl. This bowl has been around a long time. Y'all ever seen this? It's good for popcorn, but the way that I grew up in an Italian home. My mama used to make her meatballs, mix her meatballs in this big old green bowl, like that. Not this particular one, but one like that. So right now, Cece's still taking a nap. So I might have to get a better knife, y'all. This knife's a little dull. Cece's taking a nap right on the other side of this wall. So there will be no singing, no loud music, just cooking right now, okay? Hey, Dewana, I just looked up and saw you up there. Hold on, this is for Dewana. Boop. So, let me get a better knife, y'all. Like, this is gonna skin me. You know, my mom has given me a phobia about using knives. Every time she watches me cook live, she freaks out when I start using the knife. Plus, the fact that I take off my glasses, you know, it freaks her out just a little. Again, y'all, I'm making some meatballs first, and then I'm gonna put together my marinara sauce. I gotta get these meatballs going. Let me go ahead and preheat my oven. I'm gonna preheat it to bake 375. All right, go ahead and chop up me some onions. I'm sure there's a better angle to chop onions to where you can see. So I'm just finally dicing. If Cece wasn't asleep right now, y'all, I'd be using my slap chop. I need to be careful because my hands were cold. And sometimes, you know, when your hands get cold, you can't feel it when you're trimming the tip of the finger off. All right. See? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got all my fingers. We're good. All right. Well, hell, what am I doing? Go and put those in the bowl, honey. Make sure you got real good dice, real good chop on that, y'all. Just in case there's any big pieces, because we're gonna cook this. I'm gonna try not to cuss. We're gonna cook this beast down. Okay. This is daytime television, y'all. They wouldn't say it on Days of Our Lives. I'm not gonna say it here right now. Hold on, let me clean off my counter a little bit. Alright, throw these onions in, y'all. Okay? Y'all with me? You sharing? You watching? Any other food groups, feel free to share this right now. Alright? Oh, I forgot the other half of the onion. What the heck? Let me rinse this. It's sitting on the counter. Alright, hold on. I'm back. Other half of the onion, y'all. Man, I really should take a class and learn some chopping techniques. I know how to do this. How about that? Do y'all make a mess when you cut, or are you real obsessive about it? And here's this, seriously, if, like, I've cleaned this counter off thoroughly with a good Clorox kitchen cleaner, a kitchen approved cleaner, but like when you're cooking and you get little onions and stuff on the counter, do you brush it into the food, or do you throw it away? Now, I know if it's on the floor, you throw it away. I guess it depends on the cleanliness of your counters, right? All right, so next we're gonna add in some meat. So I'm gonna go cut this meat over the sink because I like to get this meat right here. I don't know why, I just like this meat. I don't even think it's a brand. Mainly because it's cheap and it's 93% lean. And I want a lean meat when I'm making a meatball because I'm gonna add in a little Italian sausage which has a lot of fat. So let me go cut this real quick and put this meat in here. Okay, y'all, so, oh, I wanna be so loud and I can't. Okay, we have meat. Here's 1 pound. We are always watching this show, y'all. I feel like every time I go live, we're doing this. All right, this is 2 pounds of ground beef, all right? Let me rinse my hands. Now, you will notice one of the things that is not a featured ingredient today. Normally, my nails are painted. Let me tell you something. If you got painted nails, this is the first step. You got to take your nail polish off if you're about to make meatballs, because you got to use your hands. Take it from me. I learned the hard way. Take your nail polish off before you get to kneading in those meatballs, honey, because trust me, the person that finds the prize is not necessarily going to throw your Mardi Gras party next year. Trust me on that. Take the nail polish off, okay? So, and then wash your hands, because you don't want your stuff to taste like nail polish, okay? So then we have some Italian sausage. Here's my knife. So you can use mild, sweet. Actually, I prefer not to use the sweet. I don't like sweet Italian sausage in my food. I really don't know what someone would use a sweet Italian sausage for, so I use the mild. All right, so that's a pound. So it's a pound of lean ground beef, 2 pounds of lean ground beef, a pound of mild Italian sausage, 1 onion cut up so far. And then we're going to take, now they were out of fresh basil. You know, we've had a snowstorm. We've been snowed in for days, actually. So there was no fresh basil. So I'm using this basil paste because this is like the next best thing. Hey! You want me to call you by this name? Daniela? Is that your like real name? Because you know you be switching names up on Facebook, girl. Alright, so I like this stuff. Hey, Tiffany! Alright. So this stuff, all right, but let me look at the ratio because it'll tell you. In cooking, use 1 tablespoon of paste to replace 1 tablespoon of fresh basil. So I cut it down. All right, so we're going to use, I don't know, some of this paste. All right, paste to taste. So 1, 2. See, I like a little basil taste, y'all. I like a little fresh basil taste. Plus, that's 3 pounds of meat. Okay, so then we're going to take and let's put in some black pepper. Now, if you are inclined to cut up and garlic and make it into a paste, well, you are a much better person than I am. I feel like they make these sorts of things for me. I got a nice minced garlic in a can. Again, if you are inclined to do it yourself fresh, then go right ahead. I would say use bloop and bloop. 2 bloops of that and leave the juice. Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go wash my hands, honey. I'm gonna be nasty. All right. So next we have, what do we got so far? Oh, what the hell ingredients have I put in? I'm forgetting, y'all. All right, so we're not gonna do too much salt. Sorry, y'all, I got some weird thing. Facebook on Android has pop-up ads, and I don't know how to get them off. All right, so anyway, I'm gonna do just a dusting of salt because the 2 pounds of ground beef doesn't have salt, but some of the other ingredients do have salt. So like the Italian sausage is very salty, and then we're gonna add in some Romano cheese, y'all. Grated Romano cheese. If you have fresh grated Romano cheese, then, you know, good for you. So we're going to put in a nice dusting. I'd say that's like half a cup. You know, it should just look like a nice snow in the south, you know. It's not a blizzard. It's just covering the tops of the houses and the bushes. You know, it's not sticking to the ground yet, all right? So then we're going to go on. We're going to crack us an egg. Bloop. And we're going to use some breadcrumbs. Actually, I'm going to use the fresh ones. I'm not going to use the old breadcrumbs, y'all. This is company. You got to use the fresh stuff, honey. All right, I hear you. The stove is ready. So now we got some breadcrumbs, Italian style. We're just going to use this as a binder. So, you know, that's about, you know, that much. I say about 3/4 of a cup, maybe. Good to be a little light on this, honey, because if you get a little heavy-handed on the liquid stuff, that'll be good for you to kind of pull it back together with. Now, you're going to also need to add in, well, preferably not dropping it into the bowl. Add in a little oregano. Some of that, honey. Sound like an instrument. Who can play the oregano? We're gonna do about, you know, that much. I say that's about a teaspoon. Heavy teaspoon to a tablespoon. That's probably more like a tablespoon, but I don't want too much oregano, y'all. It's just a little bit of a strong flavor, okay? So then we're gonna add in, you have to put in just a little glug, and this really does make a difference, y'all. Can y'all see what I'm doing so far? Here, this is what it's looking like, you see? So we're gonna do a little glug, maybe about a tablespoon of olive oil, okay? And then we're gonna go and get some milk, y'all. Get some whole milk. Listen, you got all this stuff in here. Don't puss out and put some skim milk in there, honey. You might as well just sprinkle it, honey, like it's being christened. You're just gonna put in about 1/4 cup of whole milk just to start. And then take off your rings, honey. Take your rings off. And this is why. Hold on. Let's get this over here so you can see. Because the best way to do meatballs, you can, you know, if you have a thing with food and you real uptight about touching things, then you know, you can use your little KitchenAid. Your little KitchenAid will be real cute. Hey, Cece, are you up from your nap, baby? Oh my God, this smells so good. All right, so I got egg, check, breadcrumbs, meat. I'm not putting bell peppers in this because Cece does not care for a heavy bell pepper taste. So normally I would put in, if Constance is watching this, I don't know if she's here. Did you have a good nap, baby? Now, my mom used to put in a little mustard, but you could also use a little mustard powder. But the only kind of mustard I have right now is that stone ground mustard, that real heavy flavor. So I'm not using that because they're, you know, there's a 3-year-old and a 4-year-old eating, and I would like for them to eat this. Now, Lucky, I'm sneaking an onion in because I'm gonna cook it first and then put it in the sauce. Okay. So I've got the oven preheated, and let me just get this little pan over here. But now all I'm gonna do is just make some meatballs. You know, there's all kinds of techniques you can use. I find that just doing this is the easiest way. Toss them back and forth, honey. Now, I know some of y'all have done this before, huh? Does it look familiar? Okay, so. So some people, you know, you can, some people are real, like if you're on the Food Network, and you're real clean about, you know, you don't, for the camera, you don't want some meat stuck to your hands, you can you can dip it in some water in between, some cold water, and that'll keep the fat and stuff from sticking to your hands, and they'll look real nice and neat for the camera. But clearly I don't give a damn, because this is dinner. Honey, you okay? Do you need your record reset? What happened? There's a juice in the on the shelf inside of the door, baby. Daddy's making meatballs. You want to see? Come here, baby. Come say hey to everybody. I'm cooking live. You want to come say hey? Come here. Can you see yourself? Come right here. Careful, I got meat. Can you see? Where are you at?
Right here.
Say hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all.
I'm making meatballs. All right. All right, go get your juice, baby. Look, I got real dirty hands. I can't touch you. I wish I could give you touch your face, but look. You see all that meat on my hands? I'll give you diarrhea, honey. You don't mess around with that raw meat. You'd be having Hershey squirts. I know that conversation probably doesn't go good with
Sorry, Daddy. We're out of juices already.
No, we're not. Look on the bottom shelf, boo. What are those? Girl, you need my glasses. Y'all, you see how big these meatballs are? You can make small ones, but I'm making these for meatball subs, so I want them big old honking meatballs where you only need like 3 or 4 of them, you know? So next, after this, we're gonna throw together a little marinara sauce. So this is gonna be a little bit longer than usual. So but I'm gonna check here in on the chat as soon as I finish rolling these meaty balls for my boos, Fred and Bridget, and Baby Sean. Some of y'all might remember Baby Sean. He was I used to watch him a little bit when I had daddy daycare. So y'all, we've been snowed in for days, and it's just so funny because all these kids, like, it was like old school in our neighborhood. Now I can't front, like, I was the one outside. Cece went outside with her mother. She did all of the outside stuff, didn't you, baby? Which I appreciate.
Yes.
Because you know, sometimes socialization with people I don't know sometimes gets me a little anxious.
Friends.
Yes, she would like for us to all be friends, and sometimes, you know, somebody could say something the wrong way, look at me the wrong way, and I'll be like, well, F you! I don't care if you live next door. I still look you in the eye. So, you know, Teresa's a good buffer. Thank God for her. How do y'all do your meatballs, by the way? Do you do them like this? Do you do them with like a little melon baller? Here, can y'all see what I'm lining up here? Make sure you can see what I'm doing. Y'all give some hearts if you like the angle. I don't have my glasses on because I can't really see what's going on.
Can we turn it down?
No. Right now, baby, I'm just rolling meatballs.
Well, we're watching Dino Dana, so...
Who?
Dino Dana!
Oh. You know, it's funny. Cece watches these kids shows sometimes, y'all. And it won't be until like the second or third time that I'm like, oh, this is the plot. I won't even get it. And Cece's all into it, ready to buy the t-shirt. And I'm like, I don't get it. And I really do have to watch a couple extra episodes. I'm like, oh, so the dinosaurs aren't real, they're in her imagination. Oh, well, that's more believable. Y'all, thank God my ADD medication is, this is the peak part of the day for it. So doing something like rolling these boring ass meatballs that are going to taste delicious, but this definitely is the most boring part of the job. It would be much more entertaining if y'all were actually sitting here with me, kikiing. Hand all the way. What about the meatballs? My comedy is on time, y'all. I'm down here squinting. I'm real close. I'm squinting. Alright, look at this. I want y'all to see. I want y'all to just behold the beauty of this. I need y'all to see this. Hold on. After I do this last meatball. Bam. Now, let me wash my hands real quick. Oh yeah, I'm just washing my hands. I'll be there in a minute. Okay, I just need y'all to see. That filled up that pan perfectly. This is my rancher pan, y'all. I love this thing. Alright, so now we're going to put this down here in the oven. We're just going to bake it for like maybe 15 minutes just to kind of get a little structure to them. And now, while that's baking, I'm going to go ahead and start my little marinara that I'm going to dip those little suckers in. You got to drop them balls in the sauce, y'all. So, I know, right? Well, how about that company that's sending me a pan? I have to get the pan. I haven't got the pan. You know, sometimes there's been a couple of times these people be trying to scam me. But this thing has never asked for a credit card. It ain't no strings attached. It's just, we want you to do this and do 3 reviews of it. And then keep the pan. And I was like, okay. Fine with me. And then I'm gonna end up getting all these pans, which are like, each one's like $180 pan. I was like, okay. Me and my Rachel Ray from 2 years ago. Okay. Alright, so let's start some marinara sauce, y'all. So let's go ahead and get a little red sauce going. So we're gonna start with some diced tomatoes. Turn the stove. Go ahead and turn the stove on. Let's do it on medium high right now. Y'all, this can opener thing, my mom gave it to me. I have a hard time with it sometimes, figuring it out. I know it works. Look at that. How about that? All right. Isn't that the greatest can opener when you can figure it out? Diced tomatoes. One big ass can. Next one. Oh shit. Dang it. Hold on. Alright, I'm gonna go get an onion. I'll be right back. This is magic, y'all. I'm telling you. It's amazing. Alright. Now, we have a can of tomato sauce. Why can't these have a pop top like cat food? Who makes this thing? Hamilton Beach, honey. Shout out to Hamilton Beach. Okay, so now we're gonna add in. Now, if you have a bunch of basil leaves, I'd say get a palm full. But since we don't, we're gonna do like, I'd say 2 teaspoons, maybe a tablespoon and a half of that, y'all. And then let's go ahead and move this over to where it's warming. And we got an onion. Where's my cutting board? Right there, y'all. Keeping my surfaces clean. Alright, so we're going to do 1 onion. Oh, get back over here, you little sucker. Right? Ooh, Wonder Woman, come back. What you watching there, baby?
A girl ranting.
What's she ranting about?
LuLaRoe.
Y'all, Teresa is on a LuLaRoe. Really an addiction, I would say. I would call it the fall of LuLaRoe. She cannot look away, y'all. As LuLaRoe crumbles, she is just watching the kingdom fall. The celestial kingdom of cheap clothing and honey. Alright, so we got this thing on high, or medium high. Put a little extra virgin olive oil. Want it to have a nice sizzle, y'all. Let that get hot for a second. Oh, let me get my thing, y'all. My hand. It's okay. Where's the other half of my arm? Never mind. Dang. Sanford selling these cabinets. Okay. Well, we're good. Okay. We're good, y'all. You still with me? All right. So we got olive oil, onion. We'll let that cook down some. Go ahead and add a little bit of salt to this onion, y'all. Pepper. Y'all, put the pepper in early, y'all. I love the way pepper cooks. Once you put it in the oil and it hits the olive oil, the aroma is insane. Aroma. Y'all with me so far? Hope so. Okay, and we're basically just cooking these onions down just until they're real kind of clear. Translucent even. Just like them weird frogs. Y'all look those up on YouTube after you're done with me. Or if you can split screen, go look it up on YouTube and look up transparent frogs. There's these scientists that have made these weird ass frogs that are see-through. But it's to keep so kids don't have to dissect frogs anymore. They can just get these frogs, they just pin their asses down and look at them. How about that? Alright, so right as it's starting to cook down, y'all, you're going to add in, well, I'm not using this after this, so this is a fresh thing. I'd say about that much. Maybe a little more. I'd say 2 tablespoons of that garlic. I like a lot of garlic, okay? We just want to cook this down just until the garlic starts to, you know, brown just a hair. Let me bring this a little closer so y'all can see what's going on in here. Because you know, I got garlic just real like that church bad breath, y'all. You know, that real sticky breath after church. It tastes like that if you burn your garlic, honey. You don't want to burn the garlic. So let's go and turn this down. And right before you move it over into this marinara, I'm going to add in just a little bit of, just a pinch of red pepper flakes. Boop. Just a pinch. Alright? Don't tell nobody. And then I put in a little oregano. Probably about, you know, a tablespoon to a teaspoon or 2. But just, you know, I get it in there. So it, kind of the oils and everything kind of just start coming out. And then going and throwing a bay leaf. Actually, don't throw in a bay leaf yet. You're going to do that very last. I'll show you why. Alright, so now you can smell it. So now you're going to move this over. Stir in that basil paste. If it was fresh basil, you'd stir that in. Alright, so let's go on and get this stuff going. Sorry, I know there's some people cringing, but this is a pan I can actually use a metal utensil in. I'm sorry, y'all. I know people are like, oh my god, that sound. Alright, so then we are going to get a bottle of wine. Here, let's move this back over real quick. Let's get a bottle of wine, y'all. Let's open this sucker up. Y'all with me still? Okay. How do I open this? There we go. Alright, so fortunately, I don't have to open this bottle because look, I got something else, y'all. I got another gadget that my mama gave me. Look at this. It's one of them electric corks. That's the last cork. Alright. Alright, so now what I do is I'm supposed to put it on here. Alright? And then do like this. Wait. Wait. Oh, you have to go all the way in and pull it out. Damn! Is this thing supposed to pull the thing out? Oh. That's, you just keep it going until it pulls it all the way out, y'all. Sorry. So, while this pan, you put this pan back on, sorry. So to get all those goodies out of the pan, you know, just gonna put in a little wine. Put in about a cup of wine. Get all that goodness out of there. And we're gonna go ahead and just let this simmer out, because we want to go in and cook the alcohol out of the wine. Let's add a little bit more.
You want to put my bracelet?
How are we doing on meatballs? Almost. Let's bump that temperature up. Bake them at 400 for, let's say, you know, you're doing them for like 15 minutes. All right, so you see it's starting to boil, it's starting to simmer, y'all. I love this. See, it's starting to simmer. So you're just gonna cook it basically until it doesn't make your face feel like it's gonna burn off. All right, and just get all those good flavors in here. All right, so now it's got that boil. I still smell alcohol. I smell alcohol. Boy, that really burns it off. Whew. Oh, now it's starting to smell like food. All right, now it doesn't smell like alcohol anymore. So we cooked all the alcohol off. Put this in there with our garlic and our tomatoes and our onion and basil. Stir it all together. Put it on like medium low, okay? So now what we're going to do, we want this to be a nice smooth sauce. So let's make it into a smooth sauce. By using a hand blender. So get that thing in there, honey. Get rid of all the chunks. Smells good, baby. Wait till, I mean, it's really just, wait till it simmers for about the next hour. It's gonna be insane. So make that sauce as nice and smooth, honey. We want, because that's going on your subs. Ooh, some little chunks in there still. All right, we can put this in the sink. Y'all have to believe me when I tell you that this sauce right now, let me see what it needs. A little salt. Actually, I'm not going to add any more pepper. Let me get another. Yes, let me get another utensil to stir this with, since I just put that in my mouth. What? On what? Wow. Alright, so I'd say, you know, just salt to taste, y'all. At this point, you don't have any meatballs in it, so it's okay. Let me get another fork. Y'all still with me? Hearts, likes, smiley faces, all that good stuff. Is your teeth nasty, honey?
We're talking about brushing your teeth in your hair before somebody comes over. Specifically the teeth.
Here, Cece, we'll brush our teeth together. You wanna brush your teeth with me? You can sit next to me on the sink. I'm about to wrap this up here. Can you give me like 5 minutes? We'll go brush our teeth. Okay, so we're gonna let this boil, and let me check on these meatballs real quick, y'all. You okay? That is not of God, honey.
That is a terrible sound. Just a terrible sound.
What's wrong with you, baby? Why are you making those sounds?
Where's her PHONE?
Charging.
Where?
Somewhere.
Okay.
All right. So anyway, so we've got these like a nice char is kind, or a nice brown is starting. So now.
The girl and boy go first. Girls and boy go first.
What we're eventually going to do is switch this over into this pan, but I'm going to go ahead. I want to get it started here, kind of give it a head start and let it simmer. So let me get my little tongs here and move these meatballs over. So you see they've got a little structure to them, you see? And so I'm going to let them finish off in the sauce. That's where you got to take your time, honey. You'll mess up the whole thing. Because you want to keep these meatballs together. And that's why I didn't add a tremendous amount of liquid. I wanted to keep them very solid. Because you know they're going to go in a sub. And if they fall apart, then you just have meat sauce, you know? And that's also why I don't chop the onions too small. Because it does kind of help hold it together. Another benefit also of pre-baking them. Just a little bit. And you see I didn't bake them long enough to lose the juices. I baked them just long enough to kind of give it that shell. See, these meatballs were made with TLC, y'all. And I didn't even throw shoes in your bathtub and set them on fire. Jump, jump. Cece, sing my song. This girl is on booty.
This girl's on booty.
Girl, I don't care for the potty humor. It makes you seem low class. Even if we are, it don't matter. Don't have to advertise it. Quit coming in here talking about booty. I don't like it, girl. Talk about something else. What's all over your hands? What is that? Where you been?
What's on her hands?
Glitter, glitter, glitter.
Come on, let me get that
Alright,
hair.
so anyway, so now y'all, we're going to bring this to simmer. And once it simmers for about 30 minutes, I'm going to move it over to the slow cooker and let it just sit in there on high for about another hour. And it's going to be meatball time. Well, I wanted to lick these tongs, but it had raw meat.
Meatball
120 degrees. Girl. Kathy, I bet you got a lot of tank tops in your wardrobe, honey. For real.
Do you want me to do braids in your hair? Oh, sweet and sassy.
Alright, so y'all, I hope you enjoyed this. I'll post a picture of our subs tonight, and I think this one's going to be a good one. So y'all, make you some meatball subs. Especially if you snowed in. Look in the freezer. You know you got all these ingredients laying around. You ain't got no basil, honey? I know you got something with a leaf out back. Just ground the thing up, call it basil. Sorry. Another ad. I love y'all. Have a fabulous, fabulous day.
Bye, y'all.
Teresa, come here. Can you just say bye?
Yeah.
Are you decent? Are you decent?
Of course I'm decent. I'm extravagant.
Decent and extravagant. I've missed y'all too, Kathy. It's so good to be able to go live.
Hello.
The love of my life, y'all. Ain't nothing in that pocket.
Usually I have makeup on. No, that's cooking wine, isn't it?
No.
What kind of sorcery
This is Coco Bon.
Coco Bon.
Coco Bon.
Ha.
How's it taste?
Little round jug. I think I'm being tricked. Bye, y'all.
You have a more refined palate. I prefer a root beer.
Yeah.
Love y'all.